YouTube thumbnails matter a lot when it comes to getting people to watch your videos. Adobe Express sponsored this video so I can show you what YouTube has finally released, which is their own free thumbnail testing tool. So that way we can see which thumbnails perform best. YouTube built this tool because thumbnails are one of the most important factors in whether someone clicks through to watch your video. YouTube even says 90% of the best performing videos on YouTube use custom thumbnails. The problem myself and other creators run into is that it's really hard to reliably predict what thumbnail will work well for our specific audience. The best thumbnail isn't always the one you like, it's the one your audience likes, and the only way to know it is to test it. What looks great for me might not work for you or my audience. Heck, even MrBeast has a team that creates up to 50 thumbnail options per video, and that's why his tool viewstats.com tracks when videos change their thumbnail. MrBeast doesn't guess, he tests. You don't need 50 thumbnails, but you might need more than one. I always joke that A/B testing stands for always be testing, and I'm glad that YouTube has given us this feature for free. Here's how A/B testing YouTube thumbnails works. You add the thumbnails that you want to test. YouTube shows each option to different viewers and tracks which one performs best. Results can take up to 2 weeks, though I've seen them sooner, and when the test is done, YouTube should automatically update your video to the winning thumbnail. Of course, you can also manually verify that the winning thumbnail has been selected. YouTube also isn't just tracking clicks here, they're tracking watch time. Great YouTube thumbnails don't just get people to click, they help viewers understand what the video is about so they don't waste time clicking on the wrong video. So that's why YouTube picks the winner based on watch time, not just clicks. So the winning thumbnail isn't just the one that people click on, it's the one that brings in viewers who actually watch our content. Heck, I've been recommending YouTube thumbnail A/B testing for years. Back when I worked at TubeBuddy, it was one of the biggest claims to fame of the tool. So, whether you're just starting or you've been A/B testing for years like me, YouTube's A/B testing means you can stop wondering what works and start knowing. Here's how to set up A/B testing. This feature is currently available on desktop and does require advanced verification. If you don't have that yet, don't worry. It's free and only takes a few minutes. I also want to mention that A/B testing is not available for made-for-kids content or age-restricted 18+ content at the time of this video. To set up an A/B test, you can test it on either new or existing content. For a new upload, click Create in the top right-hand corner, then Upload Video. While the video is uploading, you'll see the A/B testing option near the title area and in the thumbnail selection. For existing videos, go to the Videos Edit page. For titles, click A/B testing in the same spot. For thumbnails, scroll down to the thumbnail section and click on the 3 dots to reveal the A/B testing options. When you click here, you'll see 3 options: title only, thumbnail only, and title and thumbnail. These are all worth exploring, and I plan on making dedicated videos for each one. You can subscribe to be notified when those drop. For now, we're just going to be picking thumbnail only. You only need 2 thumbnail options for this to work, but there is an option to add a 3rd thumbnail. That's sometimes called ABC testing. This is the same idea as A/B testing, just with 3 options instead of 2. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Andrew, it's hard enough to make 1 good thumbnail. How am I supposed to make 2 or 3? Here's the thing. You and we can't reliably predict what will work for our audience. 95% of click decisions happen before people even consciously think about it. That's why we test. So, when you're making your 2nd or 3rd thumbnail, make them noticeably different. Different colors, different expressions, different angles. YouTube even says testing thumbnails that are too similar can cause the test to run longer because there's not enough difference to pick a winner. I've seen people in our KDCC Discord server say they've A/B tested, but really all they did was change punctuation on the text of the thumbnail. Sadly, that's not gonna cut it. So, how do you actually make multiple thumbnails without spending hours on each one? Any tool can do it, but not every tool makes it easy. That's why I like Adobe Express. All you have to do is set up your brand colors and the fonts once. Then, from there, you can quickly swap colors, try different templates, and create multiple versions without starting from scratch. Plus, you can start a thumbnail on your phone and finish it on your computer, or the other way around. Start it on your computer and finish it on your phone. I was using Adobe Express before I was a brand ambassador and actually recommend and use it. I even made versions of the thumbnails for this video using Adobe Express. If you want to try it out, head to adobe.com/express or use my affiliate link in the description to support the YouTube channel. Once you got your thumbnails ready, here's how to set it up. Click Add Thumbnail to upload your first option. Then, click Add Thumbnail again for your 2nd. If you want to do an ABC test, add a 3rd one. Once they're uploaded, click Set Test, and make sure you actually save your changes on the video. I've seen people forget this step. Your A/B testing results can take up to 2 weeks, and sometimes YouTube won't have enough data to pick a clear winner. If YouTube picks a winner, go with that. If YouTube says not enough impressions to declare a winner, or the YouTube thumbnails perform the same, go to that video's analytics and look under the Reach tab for more data. You can also use YouTube's own Ask Studio feature on desktop to help read the data. Do your best to pick the thumbnail that's getting people to click and watch your content based on the data that you do have. If there wasn't enough data on an existing video you're testing, consider switching to the new thumbnail and study the results in about a week, since there was a reason you wanted to test in the first place. Either way, keep testing on future videos. The more you test, the more you learn what works for your audience. In the description, I've got more A/B testing tips, an Adobe Express affiliate link so you can give this a try, and a link to the KDCC Discord server if you need more help. If you found this video helpful, consider checking out that video on screen. I'm Andrew Can, and if I can A/B test YouTube thumbnails, then you can too.